Miami spanning for miles. Welcome and thank you for spending this holiday season with 2K Sports as we get ready for the special NBA presentation. Hi folks, Brian Anderson coming to you courtside with Chris Webber and Grant Hill. Allie LaForce, our reporter. Allie, take it away.
Thanks, Brian. Well, current financial challenges have Commissioner Silver and the league office dusting off proposals for expansion. Silver said at some point it's manifest destiny that the league will eventually expand. The last time that happened was 1988 with the Bobcats. Guys, Seattle fans hopeful things move along.
Boy, Allie, wouldn't that be something? And here's a look at some numbers for Bam Adebayo.
And over the last 10 games, he's been hitting the boards hard. He's been a different guy when it comes to rebounding. Out there battling and fighting. It's great to see that kind of hustle.
So a look at our starters for the Wizards. Kyle Kuzma out there with Kristaps Porzingis. Then there's Thomas Satoransky. Then there's Bradley Beal. And it's Hachimura in at the 3. And for the Heat, inside it's Adebayo with Tucker playing the 4. Victor Oladipo is out there with Kyle Lowry. And it's Butler in at the small forward position. And a huge part of any NBA team's success is health, especially as we move to the middle part of the schedule.
Well, we know injuries are a part of the game, and they shape every NBA season. Unfortunately, they can end a team's season at any moment.
Now here's Satoransky. Here's Beal. No good off the back of the rim. Back to Lowry. Oladipo outside. He drops it from range.
A title-winning point guard, Kyle Lowry making the right choice there.
Oladipo against Beal. Knocks it loose. Oh, it's stolen by Oladipo. Pass to Butler. Now here's Adebayo. Defended by Porzingis. Adebayo against Porzingis. Shot is up. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right iron.
Smart move going to Lowry, a talented shooter who doesn't hesitate on his shots.
Beal against Oladipo. Kuzma outside. Shot clock at 5. The Wizards need to get off a shot here. Porzingis misses. And here are the Heat. Their last game, a win against the Magic. Looking to carry it into this one.
Oh, man, they were in total control. Really doing anything they wanted. It was that level of dominance.
Yeah, the offense looked cohesive last night. Whatever challenge the opposition presented, they answered with confidence.
Now here's Butler. 15 in his last outing. Lowry, no good. They've been having major problems offensively.
Definitely in a bit of a dry spell.
Now here's Satoransky. He's guarded closely. And a missed layup.
Their focus next trip has to be getting a high-quality shot. I mean, they don't want to start the game 0 for 5.
Outside Butler. Back to Lowry. And Porzingis with the block.
Got to be careful shooting around Porzingis. His length is so capable of erasing shots.
Trying to get back on track. The Wizards with another miss.
I mean, just a tough start. Missing their first 5 shots.
About 3 minutes gone here in the first quarter. To the inside, Butler. Porzingis grabs the board.
He's not an easy man to stop, but he's attacking the basket. The D doing everything he can. Now, look, even if he had other places to go with the ball, that's a good shot. You can't blame him for letting that one fly.
Now here's Hachimura. In the game against Philadelphia, very impressive. Basket's good.
Oh, no hesitation from Hachimura. Once he spots the open man, gets the ball right to him.
Miami calls timeout.
Looking at Rui Hachimura,
He's already impressive as a big man. He does a little bit of everything, including he can space the floor from deep.
And let's use this time to take a look at the Player of the Week in the Eastern Conference, Bradley Beal.
Oh, it's been so much fun to watch him on the offensive end recently. He's really his team's engine on that end of the floor, sparking plays and helping them find open shots and big points.
And Hachimura must continue to improve his shooting. It's crucial to his overall development, C-Wayne.
Yeah, rebounding as well. But you can see the talent and work ethic he has. The future is bright for this young player.
Here's Porzingis. And it's Miami with a rebound.
He's forcing things a little bit in this quarter, settling for shots that he'd be better off passing up.
And it's good. 2 points. Oladipo's got 5.
So resourceful. When Oladipo's looking for any opening, he puts in a lot of effort on offense.
Washington has gone 0 for 2 from outside. Satoransky outside. Beal outside. Clock at 6. Back to Satoransky. Sinks it from distance.
No hesitation from Satoransky there. I mean, the coaching staff loves seeing him shoot with confidence.
Lowry, the pass to Butler. Oladipo with the ball. Hounded by Beal. Pass to Lowry. Here's Tucker. It's stolen by Kuzma. Here's Satoransky. That one falls. Coming off Beal's feed. Satoransky's got his second bucket of the night.
It is good to see Satoransky stretch the floor. His jump shot has to be accounted for.
Butler into the lane. Out to Lowry. Lets it go from deep. They get it back. Here's Adebayo. And finished off by Adebayo.
From role player to all-star, Adebayo has made the leap. Why? Effort plays like that.
Here's Porzingis. He also had a big impact in that win against the 76ers. Adebayo against Beal. Down low. It's Kuzma with the miss.
A rare miss for him at point-blank range.
Oh! He's trying to tear the hinges off the rim. Wow, Butler letting it all hang out. This is why he's an all-star caliber player.
And how about our AT&T 5G Slam Cam? Couldn't have captured that play any better. Pass to Porzingis. And Tucker pulls it down.
I love how they've attacked the boards here in the first quarter.
And he lobs it up top. Adebayo, no good.
Looking for the spectacular and coming up empty.
Oh, I'm always surprised when it doesn't happen. I'm sure these two will have a good laugh about it later. I mean, he struggles with his finishes sometimes. I mean, it's kept him from being an elite player.
It's stolen by Kuzma. And the foul called on Victor Oladipo. That's his first foul. Washington making some changes. Bryant, he's checked in for Porzingis. Gafford comes in for Kuzma. And Neto is subbed in for Satoransky. And I'm glad we got to see the mobile one block once more. What a play.
You know, you can't ask for any better defense than that. He responded so fast to the shooter, and it stifled him.
Washington trailing. Here's Beal. Now quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Bryant, no good. For Miami, they've gone 5 of 12 in this first quarter. Lowry outside. Oladipo on the wing. And Gafford with the block. And he's able to get it back. Pass to Butler. Over Hachimura. Butler can't get it to go.
You expect him to make those. They've got to do more to get a hand in his face next time.
Gafford. And the dunk by Gafford.
B.A., the one-hand dunk just looks so fluid.
Yeah, absolutely. Even smooth when he's powering it home like that. Now here's Lowry. A 14-point game for him in the win against Orlando. Lets the three fly. The shot, no good. Now the Wizards take it the other way.
Well, he has to work harder to get a good high percentage look. I mean, he's been taking some bad shots out.
The defense there doing whatever they can to protect the rim.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That one's off. A different look for Miami. Dedmon's checked in for Bam Adebayo. Robinson comes in for Jimmy Butler. And it's Hero in for Oladipo. Kispert's checked in for Washington. Caldwell Pope comes in for Beal. And it's tied up with that one. And the Heat call time here.
And something fans don't always get to see. Some of the closely guarded secrets that happen in that huddle.
Yeah, and sometimes it's the most subtle moves that make the biggest difference.
Miami has gone only 1 of 4 from three-point land. Pass to Dedmon. Hero outside. Lowry outside. Here's Dedmon. 6 on the shot clock. Back to Hero. The ball's knocked loose. And here comes the break. Here's Caldwell Pope. That one's good. And the assist to Bryant. And a look at how the hustle game has been going for the Wizards.
They're setting the tone early with their defense, keeping the pressure on and taking chances. And they've got a bunch of steals to show for it.
And another area where they've been on point is defending the rim. A lot of blocks through the first 2 quarters. He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
Washington has gone 2 of 4 from distance to begin this one. Pass to Kispert. Going inside. Lays it up and banks it in. And the Wizards lead by 1. And the lead just keeps changing hands.
5 times already, and we still haven't gotten out of the first half.
Here's Dedmon, covered by Bryant. Hero outside, to the wing, right side. For 3, Lowry. Rebound by the Wizards, coming off that win against the Sixers.
They were lights out from beyond the arc, and they spaced the floor beautifully in that one.
Well, nowadays, the three-point shot is huge. They were on fire from outside.
Now here's Hero, coming off a 16-point game against Orlando.
And with all the attention he drew offensively, he did a great job of just kicking to the open man.
Now here's Robinson. They trail by 3. Off target from outside. Seems like this offense is being executed the way it was designed.
Yeah, I'm sure Coach couldn't be happier with the results.
Here's Caldwell Pope. He's coming off a 10-point game against Philadelphia. Oh, the shot no good by Kispert.
Mixing it up inside, just coming up empty-handed.
To the paint. That shot missing. Nice D from Gafford. So it's Washington now. Pass to Neto. Inside. Hero with it. Now guarded by Bryant. To the middle. Here's Lowry. Nice assist and nice finish. Solid play all the way around.
That's his second make in 7 attempts. Not a pretty start.
Here's Neto. He's guarded by Lowry. Pass to Caldwell Pope. 3-pointer. It's hauled in by Robinson.
Well, that's just a lucky break for the deep. Yeah, keep giving him that shot. Bad things will happen.
Hero finds Lowry. Robinson on the wing. Over Kispert. And he gets it to go off the front iron. And the Heat lead by 1. These teams just feeling each other out.
Yeah, I love the spirit out there. Already 6 lead exchanges.
The Wizards shooting only 37% early. Here's Neto, and it's rejected. And as it goes out of bounds, Washington able to keep possession. Strus, he's checked in for Miami. Here's Kispert. Robinson defending. Oh, the shot no good by Kispert.
I don't know if you can credit the defense for that. It was just a missed opportunity.
Outside Robinson. Hero for three. Rebound Washington.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
As a center, Thomas Bryant is usually all about point-blank shots, but he's got some pretty impressive accuracy, making him a real modern big.
They're finding ways to get the ball into the paint. 5 consecutive buckets.
Pass to Dedmon. Here's Strus. Now here's Hero. Takes the three. Gafford grabs the miss. The Wizards with a lead. And here's Kispert from the arc. The shot off that time.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
Pass to Dedmon. Inside. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. Daniel Gafford picks one up.
Well, that was clearly a foul.
And he drops it first. Good on both. Washington trailing. Here's Kispert. A 14-point game for him in the win against Philadelphia. Unloads. And it's blocked by Dedmon. And he recovers it. And Kispert gets a three. Kispert's got 7 points.
Trading the lead back and forth, neither side is willing to back down.
It's a seesaw battle. Both teams are pretty evenly matched, and the score reflects that.
Well, a good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Wizards out in front. They lead by a bucket. And quarter number 2 will get underway just after this short break. Well, the Miami Heat, not all lottery picks or blue chip prospects, but you ask all-star Jimmy Butler, and he likes what they have.
We got a team full of guys that can score, a team full of guys that can defend, can get everybody else involved. It's a nice team, man. We're playing well.
And Grant, you never want to write them off.
And when your team is made up of overachievers, they've got plenty of experience proving doubters wrong.
And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter. We'll see what happens here in the second. All right, let's quickly break down the game and what we've seen so far from the Wizards, guys.
Simply put, they look totally fearless on the defensive end.
Yeah, it's a gambling style that pays off, keeping things in disarray for that offense.
All right, this is how the floor looks for the Wizards starting in the second. We've got Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. Daniel Gafford is out there with Thomas Bryant. Then it's Kispert, and it's Satoransky in at the point guard position. A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Thanks, Brian. Well, just about every discussion of the NBA trade market comes back to the Washington Wizards. An all-star shooting guard Bradley Beal on a team that hasn't made the playoffs in 3 seasons. Something's got to give. And guys, with Beal possessing an opt-out after the season, expect those talks to intensify.
Yeah, that's a good point.
His hang time on the rim puts a sweet cherry on top, B.A.
It's a close game, and those displays of explosiveness can jumpstart a team. Washington has gone 4 of 8 from 3, a nice percentage. There's the drive. The shot won't fall. Now the Heat take it the other way. Here's Strus. Well, no scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Got a piece of it. Here's the break. Back to Bryant. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up.
What you appreciate about Bryant is his hustle. I mean, a former second-round draft pick who continues to make his mark in the league.
And for players these days, a lack of shooting can be a big hindrance. Grant, would you be more concerned by struggles from the perimeter or the free throw line?
I'd be more concerned with struggles at the free throw line. I mean, if you struggle there, you can become very, very tentative out there on the court, and opponents can foul to force your hand.
Shooting 2.
And the first one at the line is good. The Wizards making a switch here. And both free throws good for Bryant. Second quarter of action, about a minute and a half played. Here's Strus. Robinson on the wing. 6 to shoot. From deep. Knocks it down from distance.
Not the best three-point shooter in the league, but he's got enough skill that you can't just let him fire it up.
Bryant outside. Pass to Porzingis. Yes, sir, and it's Bryant picking up the assist. Bryant's got his 3rd assist of the night.
And after adding 16 pounds of muscle during the 2019 offseason, Porzingis handles contact so much better. Great finish inside.
Now here's Adebayo. 26 points for him last game against Orlando.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
Here's Beal. Oh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line. That one on Tucker.
Oh, look, I love the confidence of Beal, but when you work that hard in the offseason and you have a jump shot that wet, I guess it's easy to embrace the punishment.
No, I mean, such a lethal scorer. Bradley Beal continues to improve. I mean, in addition to his scoring, a capable passer, I mean, he's focused on becoming a better playmaker as well.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First one falls for him. And Beal doesn't just look to score. He also looks to involve his guys.
Yeah, B.A., and that's what real leadership is. And it's coming from Beal. I mean, knowing this will help team chemistry, wanting to make his teammates better players.
Butler's checked in for Miami. Oladipo comes in for Hero. Kuzma's checked in for Washington. Hachimura comes in for Caldwell Pope. And Beal drops them both.
Yeah, they're really cashing in more at the line here in the second quarter.
And here's Oladipo. Last game for him, he picked up 10. Outside Butler. Pass to Adebayo. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on P.J. Tucker. That's foul number 2 for him. The Wizards have gone 2 of 4 here in the second quarter. And here's Porzingis. Kuzma down low, working on Adebayo. The fadeaway. Porzingis misses.
He's been off the mark, but somehow he hasn't held them back as a team.
Outside Butler. Pass to Oladipo. Oh, it's stolen by Hachimura. To the inside. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. Out of bounds. It'll be Miami's ball. Miami trailing. Outside Butler. Pass to Strus. There's the three. Tucker, no good.
He is just so deadly from out there. You expect that to fall.
And there's the call. It's on Bam Adebayo. That'll be a second foul of the game.
I appreciate the aggression, but that's already his second foul. He's got to play it a little safer now.
And it goes out of bounds. That one off Porzingis.
Miscommunication oftentimes leads to turnovers. That's something they'll want to discuss.
Here's Strus. Outside Butler. Four on the clock. Adebayo. And there's a whistle. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. And you know, Grant, Bam Adebayo expanding his offensive game. He's got a legitimate shot. He's a legitimate threat from mid-range now.
I mean, Adebayo, he takes a lot of shots from mid-range. He does a good amount of damage with his shot. You figure it's just a matter of time before those become three-point attempts.
Free throw's good. Adebayo.
You have to love the style Bam brings with him to the floor. He's such a spirited player, and you can see his teammates enjoy it as well.
That's also good, so he hits both free throws.
It can help a big man's game to hit those free throws. It keeps the defense from getting too aggressive.
And it's Jimmy Butler with the foul. That's his first foul.
Yeah, they've been pretty careless so far, racking up a number of fouls in very little time.
Pass to Satoransky. Into the lane. And he comes up with a bucket. Satoransky's got his third basket on the night right there.
They just look so overwhelmed inside. You know, that's why they continue to get attacked.
Here's Strus, hounded by Beal. Oladipo on the wing. Let's go with a three. Porzingis grabs the board. Porzingis has got his 6th rebound on the night with his first shot attempt. And it's Miami with a rebound. Adebayo's got rebound number 7 tonight. Oh, Beal picks his pocket. Now here's Satoransky. He's covered closely. Here's Kuzma. And it's Kuzma finishing it off.
Wow, you see how fast he got off the ground? I love whenever Kuzma rises up to throw it down.
Oladipo outside. And here's Butler outside. And good. Coming on the setup by Oladipo. Butler's got 5 points.
And you can learn a lot by watching him operate in their offense.
Now a timeout called by Washington.
It'll be an injured in the league, somewhat raw offensively. And Oladipo has really honed his skills, shooting, ball handling, passing, all very much improved.
The Heat making a switch here. Lowry's checked in. Shot from the inbound. They get it back. Here's Hachimura. Right side, Porzingis. And at last, they get one to fall. Porzingis has gotten 4 this quarter.
He can beat you inside. He can beat you outside. Porzingis is truly the prototypical stretch big.
Now here's Adebayo. He has a clear impact on this offense, putting up over 19 a game. Beyond the arc. And it's Porzingis that time on the assist from Kuzma. And now it's a 10-point Washington lead. And Oladipo now is not only more prolific, he's more efficient.
He's taking better shots. He's committing fewer turnovers. The team can run the offense through him with confidence.
Here's Butler. He's got 5. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Here's Satoransky. Here's Kuzma. And it's Miami with a rebound. Butler into the lane, and it's Butler with the jam.
Well, that's just who Butler is, an opportunistic scorer who pounces on any available lane he sees.
And the Wizards with possession here. Looking ahead, they've got the Cavaliers coming to town for their next one, and that'll launch a 4-game homestand for them. On the wing, Kuzma launches it. Adebayo grabs the board. Adebayo's got 8 rebounds in the game. To the paint. And a great assist by Butler as that one goes. Adebayo's got 6 points.
Oh, look, if you're open, Butler will find you. His court awareness, very impressive.
Washington has gone 5 of 10 from beyond the 3-point line in this game. It's Beal on the wing. Butler covering. Floats one. And that one's good. Beal's gotten 4 this quarter. The Heat have gotten 5 of their first 11 shots to fall here in the second quarter. Lowry with it. A reliable offensive contributor, putting up almost 14 a game. Adebayo, no good. And stolen by Adebayo. And it's Butler with the jam.
For a center, Adebayo is an excellent passer. He's always so aware of his surroundings.
Washington has gone 2 of 3 from the 3-point line in the second. Now here's Satoransky. He's guarded by Lowry. Kuzma for 3. Jimmy Butler with a rebound. The Heat have gotten 6 shots to fall out of 13 attempts here in the second. Pass to Tucker. Down low. And there's a 3-second violation. Both teams will make substitutions. Now Beal. He had 28 points in the win against Philadelphia.
As good of a scorer as he was in that game, he was even a better passer. A lot of assists for him.
Oh, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Nice rebound. Trying to match the other team's intensity right now.
The shot by Oladipo, no good. The Wizards with a lead. Beal, the pass to Hachimura. Here's Neto. He's guarded by Lowry. Porzingis up top. 5 on the clock. Hachimura with the ball. Now Oladipo defending. And it's blocked by Butler.
You can't throw up weak shots when Butler is around. His shot blocking ability, impressive.
And that one goes. He's shooting 5 of 9 in this one.
They have no answer defensively inside.
And the Wizards shooting just 38% in this quarter. Here's Neto looking for his first basket still in this one. Lowry outside. Neto grabs the miss. Washington has gotten 5 of 11 threes to drop so far in this game. Denied by Adebayo.
What a menacing swat by Bam, letting them know there are no easy shots when he's around.
Oladipo on the wing. With the fadeaway. Goes back up. Pass to Adebayo.
Just an enforcer for this team. Adebayo is no stranger to physical play, whether he's receiving it or dishing it out.
Free throw's good, Adebayo. And the Heat with some changes. Robinson, he's checked in for Butler. And it's Hero in for Oladipo. And both free throws good for Adebayo.
Showing more aggression here in the second quarter. He's seeking contact and working himself to the line.
Pass to Kispert. He takes it in. Here's Caldwell Pope. Out of bounds. It'll be Miami's ball.
An easy pass turns into a terrible turnover. And that's a possession wasted.
Dedmon's checked in for Bam Adebayo. Now here's Hero. 5 points in the game. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
And one move ahead of the defense. A solid pick.
And then the monster dunk to complete the play. Well done.
Well, come on, guys. Someone has to rotate over. Defensively, that's just poor communication.
Here's Neto following the bucket by the Heat. With the teardrop, Bryant. And the layup is good off the glass. Bryant's got 4 points in the quarter.
But what mobility from Bryant. I mean, this is what makes him such a dangerous threat in these pick and rolls.
Pass to Dedmon. Now Robinson. Over Kispert. Robinson can't hit. Here's Caldwell Pope. He's guarded by Hero. Bryant, the pass to Gafford. On the wing, Caldwell Pope. And it's blocked by Dedmon. Well, there's the shot clock violation. So they'll turn it over. .36 seconds left in the half. Lowry against Bryant. Pass to Robinson. Pulls it. The shot that time not on target.
No matter what he's tried, it hasn't worked. Unfortunately, the team is suffering from that.
Oh, the shot no good by Kispert. Robinson passes to Lowry. Offensive rebound. And that one's good with extra effort on the glass. Lowry's got his third bucket of the night.
Playing way bigger than his 6-foot height. Lowry scores it inside. He just plays with so much heart.
And the first half comes to an end. We've got a close game going here. It's the Wizards up by 2. All right, Allie's ready to go. She's courtside. Hey, Allie.
Thanks so much, Kristaps. You guys hold the lead. How do you evaluate your team's play in this first half?
I think we played pretty well. Defensively, we were helping each other. We were there in the right spots. Just the last couple of minutes of this second quarter, we got to let them get to the basket and get in our paint and score easy buckets.
Back to you.
All right, good stuff, Allie. And we'll get back to the action at the start of the third quarter.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Pretty close game for the Wizards throughout the first quarter. They led by 2 after the first. Scoring-wise, they broke even in the second, so little ground was lost there. And let's get your thoughts, Kenny, on the Wizards.
The bench scoring has been a big key for them. They came in with energy, and they were able to give the starters a real break because of the way they performed. That's the kind of production every team hopes to have from their second unit.
And over to Shaq. What'd you think about Miami?
They've been poor offensively. Under 40%, they need to stop setting. Stay patient, move the ball around them, find better looks. It's hard to score in this league. You got to work for it.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Without question, Jimmy Butler displaying his skills today.
They've leaned on him to provide a lot of offense, and that's how he likes it.
This game has his fingerprints all over it. Now looking to replicate what he did in the first half.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple of quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. At the forward slots, Butler and Tucker. Kyle Lowry out there with Victor Oladipo, and it's Adebayo in at the center position. That's the group in the game for the Heat. The Wizards with a lead. Pass to Satoransky. Now here's Beal. That three's off the mark.
What I admire about Bradley Beal is his steady growth. Not just in his overall game, but how he's embraced becoming a leader. He's someone his teammates really look up to.
Now here's Satoransky. Kuzma outside. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Kuzma. Let's take another look at the staunch defense during that mobile one block.
Oh, terrific defensive intensity right there. Getting stops like that is crucial for them right now.
And the Heat shooting 37% from the floor at this point. Lowry outside. Pass to Oladipo. Chance there to take the lead, but a miss. Boy, Beal's rise continues to impress. Every season, Grant, he improves as a scorer especially.
And the older he gets, the more wisdom he attains. Both on and off the court, his guys expect him to lead the charge. It's something that he takes great pride in. I just love the aggressive finish.
Now, I'm thinking he's sending a strong message with that jam. Third quarter of basketball. We're about a minute and a half in. Tipped away. Oh, it's stolen by Tucker. 2-on-1 as they jump out on the break. And it's Butler with the jam.
It's been a huge night for Butler. I mean, here's a guy who can shoulder the load offensively any night.
The Wizards have gone just 1 of 3 in the second half. And here's Satoransky. Give him 8 points now. On the take. Shot clock at 6. Free throw line jumper. And the shot no good. A bit short.
It's still early, but a 1-for-4 start to the half, that's a bad sign if you ask me. If they've got a can't-miss play, now's the time to break the glass and pull it out.
And they keep on figuring out ways to force the rock inside and convert.
Second half of play here with just under 2.5 minutes passed. Pass to Porzingis. Here's Kuzma. Denied by Adebayo. And as it goes out of bounds, Washington able to keep possession. And the Wizards with possession here. And here is Kuzma. 6 to shoot. And they pick up 2. Kuzma's got his second bucket on the night.
Check out Kuzma's quick and fluid release. No wonder he can get it going from mid-range.
Right around 3 minutes into this second half. Lowry, the pass to Oladipo. That's good. And so Lowry with the assist. Lowry's got 6 assists now in the game. For Washington, they've got just 2 of 6 in the second half. Outside Porzingis. Back to Satoransky. Pass to Porzingis. Hachimura with the ball. Now guarded by Butler.
With an attacking mindset and smooth style of offense, Hachimura is able to give opponents different looks.
he makes a first.
When Hachimura debuted in the NBA, he exploded with a double-double. Now he's really found his rhythm and continues to impress.
And both free throws good for Hachimura. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. Pass to Adebayo. Oladipo with the ball. Offline with a three.
He's done almost no damage from three-point range in this game. No threes in this half, and only one in the first.
And then Beal with the Thunder Jam.
Bill likes to mix it up every once in a while. Remarkable at slamming it down in style.
And we've got to see that sensational mobile one block again.
Yeah, what a play. I mean, that'll have the offense thinking twice about taking shots in his presence.
Now here's Oladipo. 9 points in the game. He swipes the ball away again. And that's his 6th steal of the night.
Imposing his will at the defensive end. You gotta love it.
And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The hustle stats for Washington.
They played a heads-up brand of basketball this entire game. And they've got the steals to prove it.
They've also generated a lot of points off turnovers over the course of the game tonight.
And so here is Miami following the bucket by the Wizards. To the middle. It's stolen by Kuzma. And the Wizards on the break. The finish. And then Beal with the dunk.
Beal is so dangerous in the open floor. He can burn you with his speed, his shooting, in pretty much every way.
The shot's good. Butler's got 15 points.
He's been shooting with great consistency tonight. Love to see that confident play on offense.
So it's Washington now. They lead by 4. Beal from outside. That doesn't go either for Beal. The Heat have gotten 5 of 8 shots to go in the third. It's Lowry with a drive. That's bucket number 5. He's 5 for 12 now.
Incredible control there from Lowry. Superb at keeping his composure even when things get physical.
Washington has gone 0 for 2 from outside here in the third. Satoransky outside. Pass to Kuzma. Over Tucker. It's Kuzma with the miss. For Miami, they've gone 6 for 9 in the half. Outside Butler. Now Adebayo. Oladipo on the wing. Good! And the assist goes to Adebayo. 12 points for him.
Wow, his first triple of the second half gives him 2 on the night. He's not making much of an impact from deep.
Oladipo, the pass to Adebayo. And finished off by Adebayo.
Drawing so much attention, Oladipo rotates the ball to the open man.
And so it's Washington with it. Now a timeout called by Washington. And the players take this opportunity to get some Gatorade. Getting some fluids in you is so important during these timeouts. Get fresh, keep those batteries charged.
Yeah, without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a ball game. And that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have to be hydrated.
So it's both teams making substitutions here. Gafford finds Beal over Oladipo. And again, Washington, no good. Miami has gone just 1 of 3 from deep since the break. He's got it. 6 of 10 now.
They lost their edge on D here in the second half. I mean, far too passive. They're not dictating the pace anymore.
Washington trailing. Here's Caldwell Pope. He's been productive, averaging just over 7 points a game. Looking to win the run. It's not going to go for him. And the Heat going the other way now. They are looking really strong offensively.
Yeah, just terrific momentum. Let's see if they can keep it up.
And he's going to the line for two. The official saw contact while he was going up. And a moment here to take a look at some hustle stats for the Heat.
Their transition game, it's been clicking today. You can see why they push the ball every chance they get.
They've also generated a lot of points off turnovers over the course of the game tonight.
And he knocks down the first one. Washington making some changes. Kispert comes in for Hachimura, and Neto is subbed in for Bradley Beal. And so he hits both. Here's Neto. Well, he hasn't scored yet, but I'm sure that'll change. Pass to Gafford. Back to Neto. And there's the drive. Over Oladipo. Adebayo with the rejection. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Adebayo. A shot to stop the drought. The Heat with the lead. Butler on the wing. Launches a three. Oh, that's his 8th make of the game. He's only missed 4 so far.
I just love the ball movement.
Washington has gone 0 for 2 from outside here in the third. Trying to find a spark here.
Yes, indeed. A rough stretch offensively. They could really use a basket.
Now a timeout called by Washington.
I mean, it is crazy to think how far Jimmy Butler has come. I mean, didn't see a lot of the floor in his first 2 seasons. Then soon after, he made 4 straight All-Star games.
So it's Washington now, trailing by 10, and another miss by Washington. And Butler in his career, Grant, he won Most Improved Player in 2015.
I mean, it's like he became a 20 points per game player overnight. You feel like Butler just needed a chance in the NBA. And I'll tell you what, he's made the most of everything he's had. Since half, there's been a stark contrast between these teams. I'm talking about efficiency at the offensive end.
Yeah, you can clearly see which offense is better right now. We'll see if that continues the rest of the way.
And the Wizards shooting about 31% here in quarter number 3. Pass to Bryant. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. It goes on Bam Adebayo.
This is Bryant at his best, getting physical inside and drawing a good foul.
The first free throw is good. So he makes 1 of 2, and the second one misses. And I think we're all giving more attention to health and well-being. Grant, anything the league can do better to protect player health?
Well, I know they've tried to cut down on travel and minimize back-to-backs, but at the end of the day, you're playing 41 road games and 41 home games. That's what it is. It's a marathon. It's going to be hard, and it's an endurance race. And so, yeah, maybe reducing regular season games, but I'm not sure that's an option. So sometimes you just got to grind it out and get through it and hope for the best for your ball club.
Oh, it's stolen by Oladipo, and they're running. Butler finds Lowry. Outside Butler. Unloads from 13. Rebound by the Wizards. Gafford's got 7 rebounds in the game. Washington has gone 0 for 2 from outside here in the third. Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thanks, B.A. Well, the players on two-way contracts getting expanded opportunities last season after the league eliminated the 50-game cap and permitted them to take part in the playoffs. The pandemic played a role, but, guys, teams are continuing to find contributors among these scrappy young players.
Well, it's all about opportunity, Allie. Thanks.
And their offense has been much tighter since halftime. The guys are starting to work together, moving the ball around, getting good shots.
Here's Neto. Boy, he's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Offensive board. Gafford passes to Bryant. Can't connect from 14. Miami has gone 3 of 5 from downtown here in the second half. Pass to Butler. Over Kispert. A nice shot by Butler. Butler's got 20.
They've toned down their three-point attack in the second half, looking to protect the lead with higher percentage shots.
Here's Neto. He's guarded by Lowry. Here's Bryant. Ooh, they can't stop the run with that one. Now here's Butler. He's closely guarded. Good, and the assist goes to Adebayo. Adebayo's got 6 assists here tonight. If they're going to go on a run, Grant, there's no better time than right now.
You're so right, B.A. I think they definitely expected a closer game than this.
Here's Kispert. He's got 10. Oh, it's stolen by Butler. .119 left in the third quarter. Oladipo outside. 5 to shoot. Pass to Adebayo. Wing shot on the way. Again, the Heat score.
They're really dictating the tempo on both ends of the court. You love it.
Starting to take over here, building a big lead that could ultimately prove insurmountable.
Now a timeout called by Washington.
Protecting the rim has to be their top objective right now.
Without question. They're giving up too many high percentage looks, a trend that they'd like to reverse.
A different look for Miami. Dedmon's checked in for Adebayo. Robinson comes in for Butler. And it's Hero in for Oladipo. Hachimura's checked in for Washington. Beal comes in for Caldwell Pope. Here's Neto. Well, he hasn't put up any points yet in this one. .52 seconds left in the third quarter.
Well, I'm surprised he's still out there. I mean, he's been invisible at the offensive end all game long.
Hero, the pass to Lowry. Hero with it. Beal picks him up. And here's Lowry from the arc. And the Heat, another 3.
He had to battle through some tough shooting problems in the first half. I mean, give him credit. It's been much easier for him in the second.
Pass to Neto. Beal outside. Just 5 to shoot. Driving in. Shoots over Hero. And the basket by Beal. Beal's got 12 points.
A slow start for him, but making amends here in the second half.
Hero outside. And the Heat, another 3.
Their strategy has been pretty simple here in the second half. Attack from three-point range.
But it had to be. These days, you need to stretch the floor somewhat to make everything else work.
Jimmy Butler getting it done for the Heat. 11 points in the quarter. He's on fire. We'll be back in a moment. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
This is the definition of team chemistry. I love to see this kind of communication and connection between teammates leading to the perfect pass.
I mean, well, if you're the coaching staff, you're pumped up. This highlight will not only make it on the TV, it'll make it into the film session tomorrow.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Fourth quarter on the court for the Wizards. Avdia out there with Rui Hachimura. Then there's Bradley Beal. Then it's Ish Smith. And it's Carey in at the 5, roaming the paint. Robinson with it. Hachimura covering. And a big finish by Robinson.
He almost brought the basket down on top of himself.
Oh, there's hang time, and then there's the time to hang. So it's Washington now. Pass to Carey. And Grant, you've been around the game in so many roles. Been a player, broadcaster, owner. Talk about how the game has grown and the opportunities for continued growth.
Well, we know how the game here in the U.S. has really gained prominence and is hugely successful and popular. And I also think that's happened over the years globally as well. But continuing to popularize the game in Africa, India, China, and elsewhere is exciting. There are so many new frontiers for this league to grow, and I'm excited that we're moving forward in that direction.
And for the Wizards, they're shooting just around 32% from the field, 11 feet out, and Beal with the basket on the assist by Avdia.
Strange game for him. Barely made any noise in the first half, and here in the second, he's been everywhere.
Smith against Hero. Here's Strus. Nice D from Beal. It's rebounded by Dedmon. Dedmon's got 5 rebounds tonight. Here's Strus. Oh, a two-handed power slam.
With 2 hands on the rock, he powers it through.
Totally in control, protecting the ball the whole way. Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. Smith passes to Beal. Stolen by Hero. Pass to Strus. Fires the 3. The Heat rebound. Here's Robinson. Good on the short little jump shot. Robinson's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And you have to think that they're leading this game because of how they've controlled the boards tonight.
Here's Carey. You know, Chris, recently we heard LeBron James say, looking back on the infamous decision broadcast, he said he fell on his sword for other athletes to feel empowered.
Well, look, LeBron's one of the greatest players of all time. He came into this league right out of high school. If he didn't make a mistake or two, I mean, he wouldn't be human, right? I mean, yeah, that wasn't a great way to tell his fans I'm not coming back. But I think one of the best things you can do is to apologize and move on, and there's a greater lesson than that. LeBron's done that. Just keep it moving. He can't live his life just to please others.
Here's Smith. Pass to Carey. Hachimura outside. Here's Carey. Takes a 13-footer. Just 5 on the clock. Avdia from outside. And Bradley Beal is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul.
Maybe he's not a priority for the D, but come on, man. Gotta have somebody keeping track of him.
Vincent's checked in for Miami. Porzingis is checked in for Washington. Satoransky comes in for Hachimura. Miami's gone 0 for 2 from outside here in the fourth quarter. Pass to Dedmon. Robinson with it. Here's Vincent. The 3. Drills it from deep.
And a nice bump for their offense this half. Now shooting over 50% for the game.
And so it's Washington with it. Here's Carey. Pass to Porzingis. Here's Satoransky. And that one is stuffed right through.
Satoransky can get wily on the drive. I mean, able to duck and dodge his way to the shot.
Here's Dedmon. And Grant, in 2015, you became part owner of the Atlanta Hawks. How pleased were you to see their performance in last year's playoffs?
Well, it was incredible. So much fun to see this team come together, rally, and have an incredible run in this past postseason. Now, as a broadcaster, you don't want to have a rooting interest, but I'll confess, it was definitely special to see.
For Miami, they've gotten 5 shots out of 9 to go in this fourth. Outside Robinson, pass to Strus. Here he goes. Now here's Morris. Down to 5 on the shot clock. From behind the arc. Oh, it's blocked by Porzingis. And they'll keep possession. Strus. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. And the Heat making a change here. Martin's checked in. Smith with it. Shoots from 12. And it's Washington with another.
The cleverness of Smith showing itself once again. Terrific at getting into the heart of the D and then cashing in.
Pass to Martin. To the inside. Here's Morris. Another shot. Carey grabs a miss. So Miami ends up going with a new group. For Washington, they've gone 6 for 9 here in the fourth quarter. Outside Porzingis. And the 3 off target. Miami has gone 1 for 5 from downtown here in the fourth. Back to Lowry. Puts up a 3. Rebounded by Kuzma. Kuzma's got his 5th rebound in this one. Here's Beal. And it's off the back of the rim. No good. And the Heat shooting efficiently. 50% so far. Pass to Tucker to stop the drought. And good. Coming on the setup by Oladipo. Oladipo's got his 6th assist of the night. And the Wizards shooting 55% since the start of the fourth. Beal, the pass to Porzingis. Now here's Satoransky. Butler covering. Hachimura against Oladipo. 6 on the shot clock. Releases. Beal's shot is off.
If this quarter is any indication, he's not going to be the guy to turn this game around in their favor.
Lowry against Beal. Lowry, the pass to Butler. And he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for 2. Kristaps Porzingis picks one up. Well, super teams are still being built. Grant, what's the key to making it work with 3 or 4 guys who all need touches?
Well, it comes down to good communication between your leaders. Of course, you have to have a plan. You can't be out there winging it. And, of course, prioritizing wins over stats always works.
First one falls.
Now, the competitive edge that Butler gives to this team is important because he doesn't take any possessions off.
Martin, he's checked in for Miami. Vincent comes in for Lowry. Butler hits them both.
And, man, looking good from the line so far this half.
And for Washington, they're shooting 34% so far in this one. They're searching for a way to score.
Yeah, buckets have been very tough to come by.
And the basket is good.
Well, this is what Smith does best, keeping his eyes moving to set up the open man.
The Heat have gone just 6 of 14 in this final quarter. Pass to Martin. Here's Vincent. And here's Butler outside. Fires in the triple. Butler's got 27.
In today's game, you can never afford to get beat in the three-point battle.
Here's Avdia. Shoots from the line. It's hauled in by the Heat. Tucker's got his 7th rebound here tonight.
They really have a commanding lead, not just in points, but in rebounds as well.
Pass to Adebayo. And here's Tucker. Up and over Smith. And there are the Heat with another bucket.
They're making it look easy out there, just having fun.
Well, they're playing well as a unit, taking shots they know they can make and building this lead.
The Wizards have gone 7 of 14 here in the 4th from the floor. Here's Kispert. And Chris, after about a year where fans weren't allowed in arenas, do you think players have a greater appreciation for the energy they bring to the proceedings?
Of course. I mean, I think the fans have a greater appreciation. I think the players, I think the referees, I think everyone. You know, the difference between a packed house and an empty arena, that's a big difference. And so the energy of the crowd, man, it's a wonderful thing.
Well, it's a make-or-miss league. Sometimes the Jays just don't fall. It wasn't a bad shot.
Smith against Adebayo. Pass to Avdia. From downtown. Nails it from 3. Avdia's got 10 points here in the second half.
He's ramped up his game in a big way this quarter. I don't think he likes it when they're trailing.
Right side, Tucker. And here's Butler outside. Rebound, Washington. Here's Kispert. Butler covering to the paint. Here's Smith. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
Wow, the speed of Smith and his ability to change gears constantly keeps the D on their toes. He has a knack for picking up fouls while shooting.
He's off on the first. And we're seeing a bunch of top high school prospects go pro now, Chris. Do you think that'll hurt the college game?
Well, if it's just the 5-star athletes, no. Because they're one and done probably anyway. But if I'm college, I would hope that the pro leagues don't expand and need more. Because if it did, it could cause a major shift.
And he's good on the second.
The resiliency of Smith is something you have to admire. He's bounced around the league, but has finally become a valued rotation player.
Here's Vincent. Pass to Martin. Outside Robinson. That one rolls around and rims out. Washington has gone 2 of 3 from beyond the arc here in the 4th. Avdia from outside. No luck on that one. And Miami will go the other way with it. Here's Vincent. Robinson on the wing. And that one's on target from the wing.
And just totally relentless, only increasing the intensity level.
Oh, yeah, and that's what you love about him. He shows no mercy, even with a comfortable lead.
Porzingis in the post. And he gets the bucket. Porzingis has gotten 4 this quarter.
On the offensive end, Porzingis has been so dialed in, making the most of every scoring opportunity he gets.
Here's Martin. Pass to Tucker. And C. Webb, you had such a well-rounded game, especially for a big man in your era. How do you think your game influenced big men that are playing today?
Well, I definitely see parts of my game, and a lot of guys that play today, and hopefully the fact that, I prove that as a big man, you can step out, you can ball handle, you can pass, you can just be a player. Hopefully that allows them a little bit of freedom to do their thing, because these players today are great. And even if I see parts of my game in there, man, they're doing the work and they're taking the game to the next level.
Puts it up from 12. Smith no good.
His interior scoring is one of the things that drives their offense. Don't expect him to miss many of those.
And what a complete performance we saw from them. A dominant win in every way for the Heat.
And you don't usually see this kind of blowout, but tonight they delivered the punishment.
I mean, what's so impressive is they never wavered in their approach. They just kept at it and showed they were without a doubt the better team.
And with this one safely in the books, it'll mark their 23rd win of the year.
It's just a great matchup for them, and they're looking for the 4-game season sweep in their next meeting.
And we've come to expect these kinds of strong games for Jimmy Butler.
A quality offensive outing. When you get it going like he did, I'll tell you, it's one of the best feelings in basketball.
Here's Vincent. Right side, Robinson. Outside, Tucker. Pass to Vincent. The Heat need to get one up in a hurry. Here's Martin. Smith with the rebound. And here's Kispert from the arc. It's rebounded by Morris. Here's Vincent. So no problem for Miami as they get the win. Boy, they were something special to watch tonight, and the crowd loving every second of it.
It's always a great feeling when you play this well for your fans. This team really showed what it's capable of.
Well, now we have some time to check in with Allie LaForce. Allie.
Guys, thanks so much. PJ, congrats on the win. What do you think was the biggest factor for you guys tonight?
Defense is pretty good this whole game. Everybody stuck to our principles. And more than anything, we just played hard. We played hard as crap tonight.
Keeping it simple. Thanks, PJ.
All right, Allie, good stuff there. Thanks for that. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Allie LaForce, Chris Webber, and Grant Hill, I'm Brian Anderson. We thank you for watching tonight's game. We'll see you next time.